Second place Floreat Athena met third place Sorrento in the qualifying final of the All Flag State Premier League, hoping to avenge their defeats in the league and cup this year. Floreat hit their stride immediately and in the opening 5 minutes won a free kick courtesy of a deliberate handball by veteran Jamie Harnwell. The ball was played short by Pritchard to Jared Smith, who didn't hit the best of crosses, but it had the desired effect. Heaney fired a snapshot and Curtis Ashton pulled off a great reflex save with his legs. Floreat continued to attack and a long ball forward fell to Benny Cavallo, who laid it back to Ludovic Boy, who skipped round McDonald but fired his shot over the crossbar. Not long after, Jack Allen carried the ball out of defence for Floreat and over halfway. Heaney flicked on his pass to Boy and it was only a superb last-ditch tackle by McDonald that prevented him from shooting. On the half-hour, Sorrento created their first meaningful opportunity. Steve McDonald headed goalwards, but Brad Effie pulled off an outstanding one-handed save to keep Sorrento at bay. McDonald was at the heart of everything for Sorrento and it was his ball forward that picked out Aspin on the right. He laid it forward to Morgan, whose cross was cleverly nodded down to Johnny Mirko, who unleashed a powerful shot on the half volley to give Sorrento the lead. A good, deep, accurate cross from Morgan. Knight shows good awareness to cushion his header to the unmarked Mirko, who shows great technique to keep the shot down and fire home to put Sorrento ahead 1-0. But with half-time just minutes away, Floreat struck back. Heaney switched play to Mikey Roberts on the right, who brushed aside the challenge of Ryan Pearson before hitting a low, firm cross that Ludovic Boy was on hand to side-foot home. Floreat were level and at a crucial point in the game. Roberts does well to hold off Pearson. He's fortunate to keep possession following Mirko's lunge, but then he hits a low cross that the unmarked Boy coolly slides home. Just 2 minutes into the second half and Floreat were once again on the attack. Pritchard fed Cavallo at the edge of the area. He rolled the ball back, but Pritchard's dummy released Heaney, who skipped inside onto his left foot and hammered a shot that Aston blocked but failed to hold. In the 49th minute, Cavallo won possession for Floreat. He carried the ball over halfway before releasing Pritchard, who crossed to the unmarked Heaney at the back post, but his volley sailed high and wide. Sorrento continued to give the ball away cheaply, and when John Brooks beat Morgan in midfield, he played a sharp 1-2 before releasing Cavallo, who outpaced the defence and fired a shot over Aspden to give Floreat the lead. Good awareness by Brooks to feed Cavallo in space. Platten tries desperately to cover, but Cavallo gets his shot away and fires the ball over Aspden and into the back of the net. Soon after, Brooks again broke forward for Floreat and fed Pritchard, who gave the ball straight back to him, and then he found Cavallo again in space. He rolled the ball back to Pritchard, who was allowed to strike the ball first time, and it fizzed into Aspden's top left-hand corner to make it 3-1 to Floreat. A superb strike by the Floreat skipper, catching a slow-to-react Sorrento defence and leaving Aspden grasping air. Floreat kept attacking despite their 2-goal advantage, and when Roberts broke down the right, he looked up and picked out Heaney, but once again Aspden denied him with his legs. Sorrento had their moments and were denied by strong defending when Harmore's header looped goalwards. Callum Franz was on hand to head it over the crossbar. Minutes later, following a throw-in, substitute Joe Allenson laid the ball back to Aspin, who crossed. Brodie Martin met it well, but directed his header just over the crossbar. But Floreat was soon on the counter-attack. Carvalho cut infield, fed Pritchard, who in turn fed Roberts. But with Aspin beaten, his curling effort bounced just the wrong side of the post. Heaney, who'd had a quiet game by his standards, started to come to life in the dying minutes and surged forward for Floreat. He held off Ryan Pearson and whipped in a dangerous cross which Brooks just couldn't quite get on the end of. When the final whistle sounded, Floreat had avenged those 2 league defeats and a cup defeat, and they had won when it mattered.
Chris, some small revenge after the results earlier in the season against Sorrento.
Yeah, absolutely. It was pleasing that the boys stuck to the game plan and it paid off. So yeah, very pleasing to get a bit of revenge.
Lost Ludo Boy early in the game. Had to sort of switch around a little bit, but yeah, sort of still up front was creating a lot of chances.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, hopefully it's not too serious, but John Brooks came in and did the job as required and filled in and yeah, paid dividends.
Seemed as though you sort of dealt with Sorrento's Route 1 football fairly well. Was that sort of mentioned before the game?
Absolutely. We spoke about it on Tuesday and reiterated on it today before the game. And yeah, we didn't have many tools out there except for Bobby, but definitely worked to our advantage.